Hello, it's me again. I've done another thing that involves me having to have 2 buckets. Stick around and find out. So yes, welcome back to Bramley Farm, where we build, farm and grow, and today is a very exciting day indeed. I said to myself I wasn't going to add any more animals to the farm, but I have. Here are our 2 ewe lamb Wiltshire Horns, and on this video I'm going to go through a quick health test with them, tell you why I chose Wiltshire Horns, and let you know how they're going to fit into the overall plan of action here for next year. So, first of all, let me introduce these little young ladies. They were born this year, so they are ewe lambs Wiltshire Horns. We've got a smaller one and a bigger one. The smaller one was a twin, so naturally they don't have as much milk and mother's attention as the singles, hence the size. But given enough grub this year and attention, she will grow into a full-size ewe indeed. So they are, if you noticed, you've been watching this channel, the boys were in and Loki was in this mobile pen. It's now being used for the girls. However, I had to reintroduce poor old Blueberry here, our bottle-fed wether. So he was in with the ram to keep him company. Then I put him out with his friends, and now he's back in doing a fantastic job. Why, you ask? Good question. These 2 were in here on their own, and the big one was chasing the little one around and round and round and round. Remember when I said I had to keep the other wether because you can't keep 2 rams together, and then you have to add in a third so they dissipate their attention? Well, I tried it, and it turned out it worked beautifully. So he's in here doing a fantastic job. And actually what's really nice, he's obviously trained to the bucket, so he comes over and he has been slowly training the other 2. They've been in over for about 2 or 3 days, and they're understanding what it's all about. Now, I'm not actually going to hurt them, which is nice. So, cool. What is in the buckets? You are all dying to know. Well, one is creep feed. Not exciting, but to treat them after they have been a good lot of sheep. This one likes to climb, and he likes, yeah. Good job I built this tool. And in the other one, we've got our standard MOT bucket. So what will I be doing? So I will be checking their teeth to make sure they're all in working order. I will be checking their hooves, so I have a hoof trimmer. I have some antiseptic spray in case I cut the hooves too short. I have a mineral drench, and I'm not using a drenching gun today because I get bored of washing them out. And I've already got this, but I'll come on to in a minute. But this tube, I get so bored of washing it out. Each one's got to have 10mm, and I've got this handy dandy 60mm syringe. I'm going to do 10mm, so 10mm. Squirt it in the mouth. I've only got to wash this out. Lots easier. And I will come on to the benefits of Wiltshire Horn in a minute, that they're a hair breeder sheep and they do shed. However, it doesn't mean that they are impervious to fly strike. We are quite late in the year, yada 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 yada. I didn't like that fly strike. I vowed never to try my best never to have it again, so I will be dousing them with a spot of Click Extra each as well, just to make sure that when I do put them out, they've got their mineral drench, and they're not going to get any flies until next year. They're not used to being handled yet, so that's good. And if there are any of you doubters that thinking this mobile pen doesn't work or what the hell is this, valid point, but it is absolutely fantastic. They get fresh grass every day. In fact, I put them on a shorter bit of grass earlier, so I moved them in the morning, and I've just moved them again because I can. Nice and easy. So when you're bringing some new sheep onto your land, and I caveat, I know I've only got a couple and I've only got 2 coming on, but the principle stays the same. You want to give them a little MOT health check to make sure that they're in good working order before you kick them out. So if anything does go wrong in the future, you know at the point you brought them on, it's not that. They're a bit faster than old fatty Arbuckle over here. Yeah, so it's actually quite handy having horns, but now I don't know what I'm doing. So with horns, this is the first horn sheep I've ever had, so this is good. He's jumping around, yeah. Okay, same thing. I want him underneath the neck. A little bit wild, mate. Calm down. folding in half, please. Thank you, folded. Right, so made that look really easy, I know, so that's good. Right then, first of all, let's check the teeth. Full set of teeth, and the teeth and gum are flush with each other. That means that they'll be able to eat grass, so shouldn't have any problems. I'll just check underneath. No obvious. Yes, I know, I'm not going to hurt you. First thing I know, being a hair sheep, it's as though she's been to the salon compared to these, but nice and smooth. But anyway, onto the hooves. So they do need a bit of trimming, actually. So if you can see, they're curving over a little bit. So you want to try and make them as flat as possible. Ow! The horns hurt, man. They didn't tell me that. Ow! It's going smoothly, man. Anyone know how to hold a sheep with horns? Because it hurts. One leg to go. Right, you're loads better, you are. Wow, you crazy one. Yep, gotcha. You're easier than the big one. Yes. Right. Face to bum and backwards. And up. Yes, right then. You're a bit more manageable, but you're going to be kicky. I got the hoof, I got the horns in my... Right, check the teeth. Full set of teeth. Flush with the gums. Good. Got a lot of excess hoof growth over the pad, so you want it nice and flat and not turning in on itself. And this is why it's good to give a quick MOT before you put her out, because if I put these out over winter, I reckon that she's going to have some foot problems. And this doesn't mean she's not going to have foot problems, it just means it won't be because of her hoofs are crazily long. Right, that's loads better. Go on. Oh, clipper's done. Onto the mineralness. So what mineral drench am I using? I'm using Pro Vitamin Sheep Drench as advised by our vets. So that is the purpose why we're using this. Adult use 10ml, store lambs 7ml. These are at the age of store lambs, because if they weren't here they'd be going to the store. That's 7, so we shall use that logic. And it's a real nasty looking brown stuff. I had all intents and purposes that this don't fit in here. You don't have to do it this way. I am trialling a method and it turns out it did not work. But we're here now. Gotta catch these monkeys again. Ah, yes. Remember, we're best friends. One down. I shall show you how not to do this. Invest in the gun. Got a pipe, applicator gun, you can twist the nozzle to the desired mil, like I will do on the next thing. 8ml on the dot, yes. Right then, you in there. 2 minerals done. Onto the flies treatment. This is what I was referring to as a gun. Okay, it's a different nozzle for the worming and minerals, which I shall use in the future. Now, this is Click Plus, it's Click Extra. 19-week treatment, bloody expensive, but touch wood with my messy hands, worth it. So they need to go in 4 strokes, okay? One from the neck, halfway down the back, from the back, halfway down the back to the top of the tail, from the top of the tail down the left leg, from the top of the tail down the right leg. All the other wormers and stuff doesn't seem to have this, which just has the end thing on, in which case I don't get on with it, because this sucks up the stuff on the bottom. And you don't have to have it upside down and round the front and wear it like a silly thing. Now, do a few. Calm. Remember, I'm the boss. Right. Halfway down the back, good. And then, oi. Cool, done. They have been fly treated. Right, so now the health check's done, why have I chosen Wiltshire Horn sheeps? But first of all, I think they are gorgeous. The horns, the leanness to them, I just think they're a really good looking sheep. And a bit different to add to the flock. But these two will be going as part of our breeding program from next year. So I'm keeping 6 ewe lambs, what we've bred, and bringing these 2 in, that's totals 8. I think that's just enough. So we can have lambs for ourselves and our nearest and dearest to give them some quality meat throughout the year. These are supposed to be excellent mothers, really milky mothers. That means they easily produce a lot of milk for their offspring, and they produce a real lean carcass. So hopefully we're going to have some nice healthy lambs for next year. They're supposed to do really well on not the best pastures, and as I'm trying to improve our pastures here at Bramley Farm, we've had a really bad summer, as you already know, that I've not mentioned about the drought at all. They're supposed to do really well on not the best pasture, so that was a plus for us. I didn't want one of these show breeds that needs the best grass, the best food all year round. And they're supposed to have high fertility, hopefully producing more than one lamb each, so that's an added benefit. So I'm going to get you out of here now. They're getting a bit annoyed of me, should I say. So all in all, quite an excited breed to bring on Bramley Farm. I'm looking forward to how they grow and develop with the rest of the flock over the coming months. So to sum up, I've done a quick MOT on these new lambs. These are Wiltshire Horn lambs. They're shedding. Have I mentioned they're shedding? They're self-shedding sheep, so I don't have to pay for them to be sheared, unlike these little non-shedding, need to be sheared sheep. So come around spring, they'll start, all their fleece will start to shed. They'll scratch themselves against the fences and make a mess of everything, but that'd be pretty cool. Yes, so in summary, when you bring on sheep to your property, give them an MOT, a health check. Get them up to speed with what you've done with the rest of the flock. So the rest of the flock, I've done the mineral drench, I've given them the fly treatment, so at which point they're in with the new ones, they're all level pegging. Done that, I've briefly explained why I like the Wiltshire Horns, but predominantly because I think they look nice. They're in this mobile pen until I take them down the bottom. Just gives me a few days to keep looking at them, making sure that everything's fine. What I've done to the feet won't give them any problems. Thank you so much for watching. Hope this has helped. If you've got anything to add or any extra information, what I should have done, what we should do as a community, please, please, please put it in the comments. Absolutely love learning from all of you guys. Please like and share and subscribe. So I will see you on the next one.